There. Okay, you could go ahead and go
Hi,
start.
sure. Thank you. So for this assignment, we were asked to discuss about how to form an outline, right? So after learning the class, um I know that we need to when we do interact with people with a different cultural background. For example, I come from China and I immigrant from here at my late 20, so I do not join school. So a lot of things I need to learn from interacting with other people, learn
Mhm.
how they talk, learn how they act, learn a lot of American custom, holiday, and then even the language. I so for me and other people, I can know the obvious difference. So when interact with them, I think we acknowledge the different cultural background. Then we respect each other's identity and value difference by recognize and negotiate a common goal, because sometimes we have different interests, we have a different goal, but we share something similar and share something different. So the commonality will help us to uh, uh, go together, right? So when we respect their identity and value different, we form a union. Then we can support each other through attentive listening and constructive dialogue to achieve this goal or maintain the intercultural relationship. So being an ally, it means we need to be open minded, we need to be respectful, we need to have empathy, and we also need to be honest. So and um when I think being an ally, so there will be a moment that we need to stand up and voice support for our member or the individual when they face discrimination and social unjust treatment. So I think that's how we need to be an ally. And then to be an ally also means we need to avoid stereotyping, avoid bias, avoid judgmental, and we also need to be aware of Afrocentrism.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, so basically that's what I think. Yeah. How about you?
Okay, so for start, I'm Mexican American. I was born in the US. So I'm first generation. But I also like to share that I am from a border town. So I live next to the border of Mexico. So where I live, my hometown is really small, and the majority of us are Mexicans, and our families, most of us, our families come from the other side of the border, which is Mexicali. And I could say where I'm from and how I grew up and what I've seen, it's totally different. If I go to San Diego, if I go outside of my border town, I know it's a really different from where I live. Where I live, a lot of us we just speak Spanish. Like I speak Spanish, and I feel to I'm gonna be honest, I feel like most of us were what I've seen from my community, we're not that educated. And I'm only saying this because I feel like we're not used to seeing other people from other ethnicities, other religions, and stuff like that.
Yes, Ireland, right? Yeah.
Yes. And as I was growing up, I always heard stereotypes. And I knew I from when you're small, you know that's wrong, but people still say it. So what I think, so I put here on my notes that how to be an ally. So I put to get to be educated. When you get educated, you learn about the individual's backgrounds and their history. Individuals' backgrounds.
Mhm.
So and his with you know how like in history they always tell us like stories about the backgrounds of someone's culture, in this city. So I think learning about the history can be a way we understand the community group um
Mhm.
history. like what they've been through and where they come from, or why they act like this way, or why they think this way. So I think it's really important to get educated and learn about their history, their background. I also definitely I do also agree that we also need to be respectful. If you want to be
Mm.
respected, you have
Yeah.
to be respected to other people. And also, um, um, yeah, also to avoid stereotypes in general, and also misunderstandings. Most of these stereotypes, I believe that most of these stereotypes come from uneducated people. And also, as I was
Mm.
doing my journal, I also learned from the text that says that a lot of stereotypes come from the media, like popular culture, like
Mm.
on TV, on social media, and it's still there. So yeah, I feel
Uh-huh.
like a lot of these stereotypes do come from people they just uneducated. And one of my other lists I wrote here on how to be an ally is to listen. Like I think you also mentioned to actively listen. So when we listen to others, we become
Mm.
educated from those who know themselves better. Being being an active listener shows that we're interested in learning from others, to stay
Mm. Mm.
updated of to stay updated to any current issues. Like, sometimes like on in foreign countries there's always like social issues, and we also we also need to be updated with these issues so we could be an ally. I also wrote this means that when we're being informed on what is happening outside of ourselves, so let's say like I'm being informed with someone else's culture. That means that I'm being interested in what's happening outside of what of my culture. I also put another
Mm.
in my list. I also put another ways to be an ally is creating a safe space. Um, so I put when you become an ally, you are welcoming others to your space. People feel comfortable to be around you since they know that you support them. And I also put
Mm.
like on the example on the module, it also says speak up, which I agree. So when you speak up, it shows that you are educated and standing up and what is right. When speaking up, you are educating other people. That's basically what I wrote. Another fun stuff that I put is this: you can always build relationship outside of your culture and engage in other culture activities outside of yours, so it could show that you're supporting and that you're interested in learning about what's outside of your culture. That's so basically that's what I wrote. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you captured well. I think I learned from what you're sharing is the education. Yeah, I think this
Mm-hmm.
is so direct, but yeah, this is so true that we learn based on how other people we learn the stereotype, like you said, from
Mm-hmm.
public culture. We also learn this thing from other people because we don't know or we are not getting straight enough know
Yeah.
this is not right. We can have a courage to resist that. So and then I said also because we are not educated, sometimes we got mistreated. We do not even know that is the discrimination. So
Mm-hmm.
I think right after I come to work, I just come here and then when people using any other term or say something inexplicitly, I do not even aware, oh, that's they're talking down to me. I just feel like this person is not nice or is say something a straight shooter. But I never related this is kind of racial or ethnicity discrimination. So I think education help us protect ourselves and also help us to guard each other's
Mm-hmm.
and I think only when we stand up for ourselves, we stand up for the friend and we don't offend the other people, I think the society will become a better, right? So
Yeah.
everything is like a learning experience and changing. And then I think another thing I feel very interesting you mentioned is the space, like cultural space.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is very inspiration. Yeah.
Okay.
So because we become ally, so we know that they're different than us in many things, but for something we are very welcome to share with us. We share with them. So I think that's quite unique. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
going to stop the meeting because it's already 10 minutes. So, oh, we capture
Okay.
everything. Okay.